Hey everyone, Wildfire194 here again today, and we are bringing you round 2 for our Dragon Ball Super local tournament at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles in Tempe, Arizona. Today's second round here is going to be against Kevin Russell on your left, and he is playing against our Arizona State championship runner-up, or second place, Alex Crook. Sure hope I pronounced his last name correctly. Let's see, it looks like they're all set and ready to go and drawing their starting hands. And Alex is going to throw back his entire hand. Didn't like anything he had there. As you can see, both players are playing Soul Striker Goku. So nice little mirror matchup we've got here. From what I understand, both their decks are very similar to the Indianapolis build, with some minor changes, the tweaks to their own gameplays and gameplay styles. And let's see how this works out. I can't. It looks like Kevin did keep a couple of cards. He didn't shuffle everything back, so he did have a few cards he liked. Alright. Kevin's still not satisfied with his shuffle there. Alright. Alex rocking the pink sleeves and Kevin rocking the light green. Looks like Kevin decided to keep Objection and a Majin Buu, I think it was, or was it a Gohan? I wasn't paying attention. Not sure. I think Alex is talking to the judge real quick. Okay. Looks like he's ready to go. Probably just checking to make sure everything's in the camera line. Yeah, it looks like he kept a Majin Buu. Okay, so he's going to charge Majin Buu and play Majin Buu and draw one and end his turn. Very quick. Let's see here. Alex looks like he's got at least a Masked Saiyan, a Gohan. Looks like he's going to charge a Gotenks and then end his turn. He's got a Kale and a bundle of Curiosity Goku. A couple of really good cards in his hand. Kevin probably going to charge the... Yep. Full Power Trunks is usually an energy that most people throw in their deck just for the synergy of the deck itself. So he's going to go for another Full Power Trunks. And let's see if he's going to try and attack to untap that blue energy. Yeah, okay, so he's going to attack, untap. Alex is most likely going to take this damage. Yep, there we go. He's going to draw one, and he draws the... Well, he doesn't want to charge a green again, because he's already got a green. He needs to charge a blue if he wants to start playing anything. No, I mean, he could have played a green and did the bundle, so... But then attacking wouldn't have done him any good, so... Alright, so both players down to 7 life. It's going to be a pretty quick matchup. Both of them know their opponent's deck pretty well. As you can see, one of the differences in Kevin's deck there is the Furious Yell Vegeta. And the objections. Yeah, Kevin does have a tendency to not fully tap his energy. There he goes. He just kind of sides it and then he eventually figures it out. So he's kind of one of those fast-paced players. Tries to move quickly. And Alex is keeping pace with him here too. Both of them moving very quick, not taking a whole lot of time during their turns. These two players are actually on the same team, so they play against each other very often, so they know each other very well. So Kevin's just going straight for the... And... Judge letting him know that he needs to untap the energy first before he draws. Is... Let's see what Kevin decides to do here with 4 energy, 1 green, sorry, 1 blue and 3 green. So he's gonna have five energy untapped. Interesting that he didn't choose to play like the Mass Saiyan, or he probably doesn't have enough energy to play the Mass Saiyan, or enough cards, I should say, enough cards. He's got enough energy, obviously. And try to get back all that energy. And just gonna end his turn with 5 untapped energy. So let's see what... Alex looks like he's got at least 3 boost attack Piccolos in hand, so he's prepared for anything that Kevin might throw at him, but Kevin's got a few defensive cards in hand as well. He's got 2 Gohans and a Negate. Looks like Alex has a few good cards too. Obviously, Zenzubine. So he has the results of training in hand. A Kale, 2 Mass Saiyans, and a Trunks, and just chooses to pass. Not going to play anything. Which is understandable. I mean, you don't want to play out Kale when your opponent doesn't have anything, unless your hand is really small. That way you can get the card advantage off of Kale. But again, Kevin, like I said, these two play each other very often, so Kevin knows what Alex's turn 4 play is. And he's doing his best to keep his field clear so his Kale has nothing to target. Kevin tapping 3 blue to play the Light of Hope Trunks, which is now giving both itself and the leader 5,000 power. So his Goku is actually at 25,000 power right now, which is really nice. Not going to be easy for Alex to stop that without having to lose a few cards. Although right now, Alex is going to want to take the damage. That way he doesn't have to... He won't have to waste a results of training by playing it. He can just charge it as energy and use other cards. Full power... Time Patrol Trunks there coming into play. Looks like Kevin took a Zenzubine. Let's see what he's going to do now. He's going to attack with the Goku. Untap 2. Now, as you probably might have figured... Oh, there we go. He's going to just pay 1 for that. This commentary is being done post gameplay. All the stuff that's happened here is not something I can fix while recording. So any gameplay mistakes that might happen, the players have been warned about it. So just if you guys do happen to notice any gameplay mistakes, the judge, which is myself, has already informed them of it. Like with the fact that Kevin hasn't removed that Time Patrol Trunks yet, the judge is watching, so he will inform them here in a second. There he goes. Now, I'm not sure what Alex is just stuck in his drop there. He's gonna tap 4, play a Kale, get rid of the Trunks, and then he's gonna swing in with the Kale to his leader. I think Kevin is still at 6 life. Well, he's going to play out the Gohan, protect it. And Alex is going to draw 1, untap 2, and kill the Gohan. And like I said, the players, these two play relatively quickly against each other because they know each other's decks very well, so it's not a whole lot of deep thinking going on. And Kevin now choosing not to charge an energy. He's going to tap 4 and blow up the Kale with Gohan. And we got a Zenzubin on the Goku leader, so he untaps 1 energy. Bring him back up to 25,000. So we got Zenzubin on Kevin's leader for 20, and that's 30. So that stops it. Then let's see. Kevin's gonna have to combo if he wants to attack with this Gohan. Yeah, so he's gonna attack with the Gohan. Is he gonna Zenzubin again, or is he gonna play something like the Time Patrol Trunks? Okay, so he's gonna Zenzubin it. Untap all of his energy. He's just gonna throw away the Bundle of Curiosity Goku. And then he's gonna tap 4 more energy to get rid of the Gohan and play out Kale. And that way Kale can attack and draw 1 for Kevin because he had, I think, like at least 4 cards in hand. No, 3. Okay, so he had 3, so now he's up to 4. So, and then Alex is just gonna pitch another 5 energy cost, 5,000 power. Sorry, it looks like a Time Patrol Trunks. And he's gonna remove his drop area and pay 1 for Mass Saiyan. Kevin really trying to push for as much damage as he can right now. Doing everything he can. It's how Kevin plays. It's fine. It's what he's used to. And gonna pump him up to 30,000 for double strike. And Alex is gonna say, okay, I'll take that. And Kevin with a negate in hand. Alex and just ends his turn. Oh, and forgot about that Zenzubin, guys. Obviously, that's supposed to be in the warp, but it's not going. I doubt it's going to affect much of the gameplay in the future anyway. I think all of Kevin's time patrollers and Mass Saiyans are gone now, so he doesn't really have anything left to utilize it. And Alex is going to play out Go Tanks there. That is a bit of an issue with leaving Zenzubin on the leader to remind both players that Zenzubin exists. Especially when you're offensive. There's no point in leaving it as an offense. Defense maybe, but offense no. And you really should put them in the drop area after you activate them, but a lot of players tend to get so used to leaving it there as a reminder. Looks like Kevin is down to... Is he down to 4 now? I think he's down to 4 life. It's kind of hard to tell with how his life kind of blends in with his mat and everything, so it's kind of hard to tell where one card ends and another one begins. Alright, so he's got 2 Piccolos in hand, so okay, so he is at 4. No, yeah, he has a 4, yeah. Yeah, he was just... So he's gonna... Looks like he's gonna try and go for game here. And he's busting out the Gohan. That's to guarantee that 1 damage. And he's gonna tap 4, play out the Kale, blow up one of the Go Tanks and get rid of his Gohan that he just played. And then just with the novel that is Alex's hand, he can easily stop this. Alex playing out the Gohan so he can... Alright, so Kevin's just ending his turn, so... I think Kevin has a Results of Training and a Whis' Coercion in hand, so not a whole lot of options here. Yeah, and Alex just busting out the Triple Strike the Triple Strike Trunks. Well, combo big with, there's 2 Piccolos, 3 Piccolos. And there's no way. I mean, he's up to what, 50,000 right now. There's just Alex just gonna burn his entire hand. Surprise. Yep, there we go. There it is. His entire hand. 30, 40, 50. Yeah. Over 100,000, I think that was. And then, yeah, Kevin realizing, nope, not gonna be able to do anything against that with only 3 cards in hand. So probably should have negated it with his negate, but he knew he wasn't gonna help him much. So all right, so we're moving on to match number 2. Or game 2. I'm sorry, game 2, not match 2. Kevin trying to see if he wants to side deck anything, taking out the Furious Yell Vegeta. I think he pulled out one of the Time Patrol Trunks, which is interesting. Alex's side deck there, very interesting. I like those Zenos. Good against somebody who likes to swarm the field. But it's it takes forever to bust it out. It feels kind of too high cost. By the time you have 7 energy, if your opponent hasn't swung for game and has that big of a field, you're not going to get much out of it. Unless, obviously, he has it in there simply for hand control, because if your opponent has, 10, 15 cards in hand, that card knocks him down to 5, basically, so... It's not the same as the Cell Chain, but in a deck that doesn't run Cell Chain, that's like the poor man's Cell Chain, really. Put Zeno button in play. Both players shuffle their battle area and their hands back into their decks and then draw 5 new cards. I don't think it affects like extra cards like Broly's Ring or anything like that. I think it's just battle cards in the battle area. But it's kind of like, for anybody who's played Yu-Gi-Oh, it's basically Fiber Jar. So if you know what that is, obviously. If not, it's alright. That's basically what Fiber Jar does. It shuffles everything back into the deck and then both players draw a new hand. Kind of resetting the game without actually resetting it. Life still stays the way it is. And it kind of gives the turn player advantage. Although they have to pay 7 energy to get it out, so I don't know what kind of advantage they could truly get off of that aside from, hey, I just wrecked your hand. Alright. Both players have finally finished side decking, so Kevin just shuffling up, making sure everything's evenly distributed throughout his deck. Alrighty, looks like they're about ready to go here. We're going to check to see what they've got for their top 6, and Kevin pulling 2 objections right off the top. That's interesting. Alright. Looks like Alex is shuffling back 4. Kevin's, I think he's shuffling back the same amount. I can't tell. He's holding his deck right over his hand, so we can't really see exactly what he shuffled back. Looked away for a moment there. Sorry, guys. And gals. Okay, so they both shuffled back 4. Kept the results of training and an objection there, huh? Alright. And I know the color on the camera here, guys, I know it's looking a little blue. I'll have that fixed by the next round. So don't worry about that. I wasn't paying as close attention to the camera as I was trying to pay attention to all the stuff that was going on during the tournament. We had a few new players who had a lot of questions as the games went on, so I was constantly getting up and walking away from this one to answer questions for other players. So these two here, as you can tell, like I've been saying throughout the entire time, they know each other pretty well and they know the rules. They've been playing since day one, so they're pretty familiar with what goes on in decks. They don't have a whole lot of questions on rulings, so they don't need someone looking over their shoulder the whole time. He's gonna play objection and use Kale as an energy. Kevin trying to play out results of training a turn early. Looks like that's his strategy. And then Alex forgetting to untap his leader, so he just tapped it to say, hey, I'm attacking with it. And then ends his turn, so 6 to 7 it looks like. Yeah, Kevin's at 6. Alex is at 7. Kevin trying to decide what he wants to use for an energy here. He's already got 2 greens, so he probably wants to play out a blue. But if he's going to try on results next turn, he doesn't want to get rid of that results. So he gets rid of the Piccolo. Okay. Kind of a dead card in his hand right now, but it's not going to be forever. I hate seeing super combo cards in the energy. It's always hard to see. Sometimes you don't have a choice as a player. You don't want to get rid of anything really good, but they're always such good cards. I hate seeing them, and I hate having to use them myself. In energy, obviously. I love them in the deck. Don't love actually using them. Just don't love using them as energy. Alright, so Alex choosing to attack, and Kevin just saying no. I'm going to negate that. And then ending his turn. Alright, so both players at 6 life. Kevin's going to have his 5th energy here. He's charging a Whis' Coercion. Does result of training. And this time he's remembering to untap his energy first before drawing his 2. And then awakening. There we go. Let's see what he decides to do here. Swing with his leader. Untap an energy. And draw 1. Alex is just going to take that. And then he's going to play out... Kevin's going to play out Kale. I don't know why he'd play the Kale after attacking with the Goku. Would have been better to play the Kale and then attack with it, to draw 1 and then use Goku's ability to untap 2 energy instead of just 1. So I mean, yeah, he's gonna do a Zenzu Bean there. Guarantee that crit damage. Alex is like, okay, I'll take it. That will awaken me. I won't have to wait 2 more turns before being able to results of training myself. So, bam, I'll just awaken now. Gets a bundle of Curiosity Goku and a Majin Buu off of that. Let's see, he's going to play out the Buu. And then tap another energy, play out the Buu. Buu for Buu. And it looks like what Alex was doing is he untapped his energy and then he was going to pump. He pumped it by 5. And then Kevin just let it die. He didn't try to save it or anything. Alex complaining about the fact he's got 2 results of training in hand and can't do anything with them. Alright, so it's like Kevin trying to decide what he wants to do here. Alright, so he's going to play out... the Masked Saiyan. I'm not sure if he's gonna play. He might try to use the Masked Saiyan to play the Kale too. That way he can. Again, I mean, he's got a Kale in hand. He should have attacked with the Masked Saiyan first. Did double damage. Then played out the Kale, getting rid of the Masked Saiyan. But I mean, I don't know. Kevin has his plans. He knows his deck pretty well, so he's gonna. Okay. Okay, so he was going to combo with those two, but apparently he decided to take them back. Okay, so he's actually going to combo with the two and then combo with the third. Not sure why he would combo so much on just his leader. Doesn't make much sense here. Alright, Kevin wanted to guarantee damage. Okay, this is when I actually got up to go help other players, so I wasn't paying attention here to what they were doing because I was helping someone else. I did happen to notice at the end of the turn the misplay that Kevin plays here. Obviously, he just did overwhelm twice in a single turn, which is obviously you can't do that. So this is a misplay by Kevin. His opponent did not catch it. When I inform them of it at the end of this turn here, Alex, both of them were. It was too far. They went too far, and there was nothing that could be done here. So they were still playing, and Alex had already drawn. So by the time I mentioned it, so see, I'm talking to them both about it right now. So Alex is saying, "Yeah, well, I survived. It's no big deal. I'm probably gonna win this turn anyway." So he's saying, "Let's just keep going." So I informed him that technically speaking, that would be a game loss since he can't do that, and it was way too much. There's no way to go back because I could not tell what had happened and how he had managed to pull out two overwhelms in one turn. So Alex has a distinct advantage here in the game. So he's got this novel in hand, while Kevin's got, I think, like one card in hand right now. So Alex isn't that concerned about a misplay of that caliber. Okay, so Kevin's just going to take that damage. And then he's going to take the 2 from that. And then he's going to end his turn. Again with the small novel in hand, 4 untapped energy. This is probably going to be Kevin's last turn. His last opportunity to really do anything. So he's going to draw 1 there. He pulls a Furthering Destruction Champa. He's got 2 in hand. So he could attack with the Boo and try and finish off the game here or there, but see if he actually tries. Kevin's basically played out all of his heavy hitters already. And he's using the Gohan offensively, which I think is very interesting. And he's just going to tap 2 energy and bust out 2 of his own Gohans. And then play a boost attack Piccolo. And he's going to say, okay, I'm going to attack you with my Boo. I'm going to Zenzubean my Boo. And then double strike, double strike. So 10, 20, 30,000 Majin Buu. A 30,000 power Majin Buu. Alex is like, okay, I'll take it. And then Kevin's like, okay, I'll end my turn. Kevin with a negate in hand and 4 untapped energy, and Alex with the novel. And there goes the second result of training. And Alex going to play out 2 Majin Buus here. Oh no, he's going to play out... so he's going to play out the Bulma. Go for the 3-drop. or four. Sorry, the 4-drop triple strike full power go tanks. Sorry, I don't know why I keep wanting to say go tanks. I'm sorry, full power trunks. And Alex going to attack to untap the 2 energy, draw 1. Kevin's just going to take it. He's going to swing with double strike. So this is the one Kevin should negate. Trying to decide if he actually wants to negate or not. Yeah, he's still says, yeah, I'm definitely going to negate that. And then Alex saying, okay, well then I'll just tap 5, play another Go Tanks, untap 2, draw 1, and then swing with double strike. And that's game right there. You know, Kevin's just like, yep, I can't do much. I can't do anything against that. So, and then Alex and Kevin shaking hands. Everything's good to go.